When you're counting, what are the numbers between 5 and 8? If you said 6 and 7, you're right.
That's right. And today was actually the 67th day of school in the Sioux City Community School District. And that means something special to students, as saying those two numbers in sequence have gone viral on social media.
But what does it actually mean?
Don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't even think half the kids know. That's the fun part.
And it was a phrase said more than once today as teachers at Riverside Elementary in Sioux City leaned into the fun for the 67th day of class.
KTIV's Taylor Deckard has more on this surprise for those students.
Day of school is today.
On the 67th day of school, there was a lot of 6-7.
6-7. 6-7.
Covering the school walls, shirts, and heads of students at Riverside Elementary.
They got to school and saw these 6-7 posters throughout. They walked down the hallway and saw this balloon arch that had 6 and 7 on it, and I think they knew right away.
A phrase so popular, Dictionary.com named it the 2025 Word of the Year, but Principal Stephanie Feltz wanted to blend learning into the trend.
If that's something that they're being exposed to, we can kind of tweak it in an educational way and make it appropriate, just to have fun sometimes.
The goal for these teachers was to incorporate 6-7 in every assignment, between optical illusions, making 3D sculptures, color by numbers. It was all the goal to be 67 days smarter. 6-7.
Teachers leaning into the hype of the word, the day included 6-7 assignments, a skit that uses 6-7, and minute to win it games to compete in under 67 seconds.
5, 6.
How would the kids want to celebrate the 67th day of school?
A phrase that has no true meaning, nonsense to some, but it brought big smiles and big hand gestures.
All have their own definition, but it always brings a smile to their face every time you hear it or say it. I could walk in and see a teacher, on a workbook page, and all of a sudden you hear a kid go, "Hey, it's page 67." Kids just find a lot of humor in it and enjoyment.
In Sioux City.
6-7.
Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
The goal for the staff is to lay this phrase to rest, but there's already a new trend, 4-1, another phrase with no apparent meaning.